When Kyler Mallory called me from her home in London and asked me to be her maid of honor, I was a little reluctant. After all, I hadn't seen her since she stayed with us as an exchange student a couple of years ago. But when she told me the wedding is going to take place at an old family castle in Ireland, how could I say no? The wedding will be very small, but Kyler still needs help with all the final preparations, which means she'd like me to arrive several days early. So I'm going to fly to Dublin, rent a car, and meet Kyler at Castle Malloy. She warned me that the place is somewhat in need of repairs, whatever that means. And unfortunately, by the time I get there, it'll be night. But I've never been to Ireland before, and I've never even seen a real honest-to-goodness castle, let alone stayed in one. So the fact that it may be dark and run down just makes it more of an adventure. And you know me, whenever the question is who wants to go on an adventure, my answer is always, I do.
Yeah, I get it. It's a wedding pun.
In preparation for our landing, please make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened. Thank you.
So your plane was on time, your luggage arrived, your rental car was waiting? Everything went without a hitch?
Yep, and according to Kyler's directions, I'm within 2 kilometers of Castle Malloy. Now stop worrying about me and get over to the Dunhills. What time is it there?
Around 2. The party just started. It's gonna go all day, so I've got plenty of time. Are you driving?
Yes, Ned, I'm talking on my cell phone while I'm driving, but it's okay. There's absolutely no traffic. And I think I see the gates. I gotta go. Say hi to the Dunhills for me and have fun.
Without you? Yeah, right. Take care, Nancy.
Oh, no! What was that?
Oh, I control her like this? So that takes me there. This takes me to the castle, I guess. Or I can just walk the whole way. I can understand why they got rid of this in later games.
Oh, hello. I'm Nancy Drew. I'm here for the wedding.
The wedding's been called off, so go on back to where you come from.
No, wait, please. My car's in the ditch by the gate. I can't go anywhere.
Walk down the road to the inn then. Give me your keys and I'll see to your car in the morning.
I left the keys in the car. Can I at least talk to Kyler?
She's sleeping.
No, wait. I came all the way from the States.
You cannot stay here. Go to the inn, I said. Now off with you.
Please, can I come in just for a minute? Hello? Are you there? Hello? Uh-oh.
Deaf are you now? I told you cannot be staying here.
Joel, what are you doing? That's Nancy Drew, my maid of honor. Let her in.
Crotchety old man.
Matt's disappeared? How can somebody you came all the way out here with to marry just disappear?
He hasn't disappeared for good. You have to understand, Matt's a bit of a prankster, and the wedding is still days away.
He disappeared as a prank?
He adores getting people in a tizzy. I do think he's pushing the envelope this time, but he'll show up. Mind you, it may not be till I've started down the aisle, but he'll show, saying he just wanted to make this a wedding no one shall ever forget.
Why did that man at the door tell me the wedding was off?
That was the caretaker, Donald Delaney. Not Donald, mind you. There's no D at the end, so it's pronounced Donal. That's the way you're supposed to spell it, which is to say that's the way the Irish spell it.
Proud of his heritage, huh?
Indeed. Which would be tolerable if his love for the Irish wasn't accompanied by an abiding distaste for the British. Now, he rather likes me, but that's only because he considers me to be Irish, since I'm directly related to the man who used to own this place. When it comes to my British fiancé, Donald detests him, which is why he was so quick to tell you the wedding's off. He wants it to be off. He came right out and said, if I am to be married in Castle Malloy, it simply must be to an Irishman. Said my marrying a Brit would upset the fairy people, or whatever he calls them.
You sure the wedding shouldn't at least be postponed?
I'm telling you, he'll show. You see, sometimes I hear him. You know, his voice. It's very faint and muffled, but it sounds like he's calling to me, saying things I can't quite make out. Teasing me, the lout. So I know he's somewhere close by. He'll be here for the wedding. I'd stake my life on it. Of course, I remember well your penchant for solving mysteries. So if you want to give this one a go, by all means do. You could start in the nursery. It's down the hall. That's where Matt had set up his cot and was spending most of his time. Find him, Nancy. Having my maid of honor ruin this silly vanishing trick of his would teach him a lesson he sorely needs.
Someone ran out in front of my car on my way here and caused me to drive into a ditch.
Are you all right?
Me, I'm fine. My car and my cell phone, not so good. And I'm pretty sure whomever I saw dropped this. Looks like some kind of homemade doll.
The clothes. It looks like Matt. And that's his ring. What did the person who dropped this look like?
I didn't really get a good look. It was dark and I was distracted and it moved so fast. Frankly, I'm not even sure if what I saw was a person.
Donal, the caretaker. When we realized Matt was gone, straight away Donal claimed Matt had been kidnapped by fairies. which is of course utterly ridiculous. It was probably Matt himself you saw, tricked out in some costume and leaving that door behind just to confound us. Well, I do hope he's enjoying himself, because as soon as we're married, that will be that. No more practical jokes. Ever.
Yes. Every man changes as soon as they get married.
What are you doing in here, if you don't mind my asking?
Reading. About myself, in a way. You see, until my grandpapa died and left me this place, not only did I have no idea that this castle existed, but I had no idea my real name was not Mallory, but Malloy. Apparently, Grandpapa changed his name 50 years ago, so no one would find out he was Irish.
Why?
Why didn't he want people to find out he was Irish?
I think it had something to do with his brother, Brendan, the man who owned this place and was living here when it exploded during World War II. He was rumored to have been a double agent, supposedly doing top-secret research for the Allies, but in truth passing his findings on to the Axis. Not exactly a brother you want people to know about.
If the rumors were true.
Anyway, ever since I found out I'm a Malloy, I can't stop reading about Ireland. So many different people have populated this country at one time or another. The Celts, the Druids, the Gaels. It's all quite fascinating.
All these books were Brendan's?
I can't be certain, but I assume so. He was quite the inventor, I do know that. Everything that remains in this place seems as if it's been tinkered with. Even his daughter's dollhouse, of all things.
Does it bother you to be here all by yourself?
Actually, Matt's best friend Kit Foley is here too. He set up a cot in the Great Hall downstairs.
Is he from London too?
He lives in London now, yes, but both his parents are Irish. You could practically hear Donal's ears perk up when he heard that.
Where does Mr. Delaney live?
All I know is he comes at dawn and leaves at sunset. I can't fathom what he does all day, but he always seems to be puttering away at something. When he's not working, he spends most of his time down the road at the Screaming Banshee Inn.
How long has he been the caretaker?
I don't know that either. A long time, I should imagine. Seeing as he more or less came with Grandpapa's estate, I should let him go. All he ever talks about are banshees and fairies and leprechauns. And he can be quite obstinate, as you saw at the door. But if Grandpapa saw fit to put up with him all those years, I suppose I can too.
When you said you sometimes hear Matt, where are you when that happens? In here?
In here, in the nursery, sometimes outside. His voice is always very muffled and very, very faint, so I can never tell where it's coming from or what he's saying. But it's Matt, I'm sure of it.
Has Mr. Delaney ever heard him?
If he has, he won't admit it. He says the fairies, or whoever took him, would never allow such a thing. Straight away, he said Matt was gone and was never coming back. So when I heard his voice, it dawned on me he was playing one of his outlandish pranks. I was furious with him, but truth be told, it was also a bit of a relief.
I'll let you get back to your reading.
The 5 months I spent living with you, your dad, and Hannah, and Togo, of course. That was a very happy time for me, Nancy. I can't tell you how thrilled I am you're here.
I get to see you again, and I get to see Ireland? I'm the one who's thrilled, believe me. Let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. I'm your maid of honor, remember?
I haven't forgotten.
I haven't forgotten that I dubbed you my maid of honor. I made the choice. Okay. Ah, so it's gotta go big, small, big, small. That's not what I meant to do. Oh my god, the click windows. You gotta be so careful. Ooh. Like, we're using way too many gears. Would it even let me do the puzzle if one was missing? Like, we're using a lot here. Well, this one doesn't really have a spot outside it that can use a big one. There's 6 of each. Ten of each seems like it would be too many. But yeah, let's walk away. Oh, is that how it works?
This is useless. It's not lit.
Oh, this game. Although, is this also implying that it's not done? We're missing a piece? I forget the pattern now.
I probably shouldn't put a...
Alright. No, dummy. Oh my god. What am I doing? I want to get this one over too. No, if I get them all on this one, then I can put the bottom one over here. I'm starting to lose track of what I'm trying to do. I want to get this one in the middle so I can move this one all the way over. This one's the bigger, next big one, right? Okay. Yeah, I gotta get down to this one, that's fine. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not getting in the wrong order. Good God.
This'll come in handy.
Oh, I don't get to take this one with me, huh? Okay. It's good to know.
Whoa, that would have been quite a fall.
Nancy, splendid timing. I just thought of something you can do for me. There's an old-fashioned printing press downstairs. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't taken a good look around down there yet.
Just go down the stairs and look for the monstrosity with the big wheel and the levers. You can't miss it. It came with the castle. My great-uncle Brendan had all sorts of gizmos and gadgets and machinery lying around. Anyway, when I saw the printer, I told Matt why not save some money and print the programs for the wedding right here. Problem is, Matt failed to get them done before he turned into the merry prankster, and since I have the mechanical aptitude of a bacterium, would you mind finishing the job for me? You'd only have to print 3 more sheets, and the plate, the ink, the paper, everything you need is right there.
No problem.
Thank you, Nancy. You're the best.
Yes, I am. I'm so glad you're here to be my maid of honor. Can you go fix the printing press? This is not normal. I have $1. Sorry, €1. Le lapin bleu. Want to become famous? Thanks, honey. This bento box. We're missing some. We're missing the horse. Oh, and she's got to be... Oh, she has to be next to a knight, but not... I'm having trouble discerning the meaning of what the lines mean. Yeah, and we need more dolls. We're missing the horse. And the horse ties the bear and the cow together. Oh, the horse is in the pick. Okay, so this is directly beside a knight, and it's to the side of the horse. So these can be anywhere on this line. This is directly above this dude. Alright, that seemed to be successful. This one wasn't used, so there will be more dolls. We'll probably get more puzzles. I don't even have a phone, which is kind of great. Silent mouth is sweet to hear. Amen. So it can't be this one here. It can be that one. No, it can't. It's got to be the top of a... Can't be this one here. What about a purple that goes into... That's sort of works so far. That works so far. Hmm. Alright, I gotta start from somewhere here. Just trying to figure out which one makes the most sense to start with. What has the least amount of things? They probably all have the same number of heads and bottoms. Like, blue has 6 bottoms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 bottoms and 3 heads. Purple has 6 heads. And 4 bottoms. Okay, so let's start with blue because there's less of it. This is wrong. Red never has a bottom going up like that. Again. Oh. I'm stupid. Problem now being it's broken right here. I thought it was there. This is the odd tile out. If I rotate them all the same way, this one has 2 heads on the left and the rest have 2 heads on the right. I'm so dumb. Why can't I wrap my head around the fact that I can rotate these squares? There's got to be one tile that's different. Or like one set of weasels that are different. Well, this one is obviously, we have what we need to finish it. We can make progress here. There's no green head on top for here. I think you're right that they all have to be in the top right, though. Like, any other rotation breaks another side. Get as many greens down at the bottom as possible. Yeah, you must be able to rotate them. Yeah, I can't do that.
That's just a little too far to jump.
Hi, you must be Nancy Drew. I'm Kit Foley. Ignore the eye if you can. Walked into a door the other day. Looks worse than it feels. I'm a bit surprised you're still here, given the circumstances.
I was going to say the same about you.
I'm not about to leave Kyler here by herself. Until she comes to her senses, I'm staying put.
What do you mean, comes to her senses?
Matt isn't playing a practical joke, and he hasn't been kidnapped by fairies. He got cold feet and left. It's as simple as that.
Are you sure?
Well, Matt didn't come out and tell me he was leaving. But hey, I am his best friend. I know him better than anybody. I mean, he loves Kyler, but she can be a handful. And he's no pushover either. Their relationship is so tempestuous, it scares him. She thinks once he makes a real commitment, everything will be fine. But he's not so sure. So he bailed.
I don't think the possibility that he walked out on her has even occurred to her.
She's in a raging state of denial, and I, for one, don't see any harm in allowing her to stay that way. I seriously doubt he walked out on her for good. It's just that for Matt, marriage is way too much, way too soon.
When or how did you realize that Matt had disappeared?
Kyler and I went for a walk, came back, and the next thing I knew, Kyler was saying Matt was nowhere to be found.
Why were you and Kyler going for a walk?
Where did you last see him?
In the nursery. He always seemed to be in the nursery fiddling with things. Whenever I'd tease him about it, he'd always give me this impish little grin like he was up to something. When I checked the nursery and saw that Matt's suitcase and backpack were gone, it finally dawned on me that he had left and he wasn't coming back. Of course, by that time, Kyler had convinced herself that he was simply playing one of his practical jokes, and I couldn't bring myself to burst her bubble, so I didn't.
How come you sound so American?
Because I am American. My father's VP of International Sales for Krollmeister Incorporated. The company transferred him to London 15 years ago. I've pretty much lived there ever since, I just can't seem to pick up the accent.
It looks like you're drawing something. Are you an artist?
Me? Not hardly. I'm with a real estate development company. These are just preliminary sketches for a couple of projects we're working on. In other words, I'm doing homework.
Residential real estate or commercial?
Mostly residential. And let me tell you, we'd have a field day with attractive land like the one this castle sits on. Ocean view, easy commute to Donegal, bedrock foundation, readily accessible groundwater. That bog's a bit problematic, but a little sand, a little gravel, a little landscaping, voila! A cluster of 6, maybe 8 luxury homes amid a park-like setting that would sell like lightning.
You're trying to get the place. You're the bad guy.
Good talking to you.
Drop by anytime.
I can't just go snooping around, not with Kit right there.
Three monies. The printing press. Maybe? I can't. Oh. 01000011. There's literally nothing else I can touch except, I guess, the black one?
I'd better finish the rest of these before I go anywhere.
I have to do this now? Where do I put the paper?
I should use black ink to print the programs.
It's not letting me put anything over here. Oh.
I can only print one at a time. Alan Payne. That's kind of weird.
This kit is a piece of shit. Alan's dead. Kit killed him.
I'd better go tell Kyler I finished printing her programs.
And ask her what next job she wants me to do.
those lights in the tower coming from?
Did you finish the programs?
Yep. But I noticed that they say the best man is someone named Alan Payne. If Kit is Matt's best friend, why isn't Kit the best man?
Matt said that's the way Kit wanted it. He got here early too. But when Matt vanished, Alan was certain that Matt was playing a joke and refused to be the butt of it. So he went back to London, saying he'll reappear only when Matt does and not a moment before. You know, perhaps you should give Alan a call. 0044-020-7946-0481. He may have seen something while he was here that could help you find Matt. You'll have to use the phone down the road at the inn, however. My cell phone gets absolutely no reception here.
I found these glasses in the fireplace in the nursery.
Those are Matt's. You found them in the fireplace?
Did you look there when you were searching for Matt?
Of course not. Why would we look in the fireplace? Matt never, ever took his glasses off. Mostly because without them, he can't see 2 feet in front of him.
Did he have an extra pair?
It's possible. Any normal person with eyesight as bad as his would have had 10 extra pairs. But how did those get broken? Oh, Nancy, maybe he truly is in trouble.
Let me do some more looking around before we jump to any conclusions. The glasses could still just be part of an elaborate practical joke.
You're absolutely right. Please find him, Nancy. I do so want to strangle him.
Let's stay in the delusion.
If Matt was staying in the nursery, where's his luggage?
Right there by his cot.
It's not there now.
But it was there, just last night. I remember seeing it when I peeked in to see if he'd finally decided to reappear. At least, I think I saw it last night. If it's not there now, perhaps Denol moved it, took it to storage or something. Because I know I saw it after Matt went missing. So it's around here somewhere, just like he's around here somewhere. I'm sure of it.
Did you know when you decided to hold your wedding here that half the place is pretty much rubble?
Oh, yes. Mind you, I didn't even know that Castle Malloy existed until Grandpapa died and I was notified that I'd inherited it. At which point the executor of his estate sent me pictures and assured me that despite its appearance, it was in fact habitable.
It looks like a bomb went off in it.
No doubt because one did. One summer night in 1944, this place, or half of it at least, just suddenly blew up. It was rumored that my great-uncle Brendan was working on something that involved a new kind of rocket fuel. He was killed along with his wife and young daughter. Apparently, they all just vaporized. Which I guess is why Denol claims the nursery, where the little girl spent most of her time, is haunted.
I'll catch you later.
Good luck.
No, not up those stairs.
Wonder what that crow's doing in there. Ah!
This makes sense to me until these ones that have double. Or I guess this one that has none. Let's hang out at the crop circle.
What is that? That's a pretty big step.
It's a pretty big shoe. Pretty big. Calling card.
Good thing I've got lots of credit on my phone card.
I guess I already have one.
Hello?
Yes, hi. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Castle Malloy. I'm Kyler Mallory's maid of honor.
Yes, I remember that name. Has Matthew finally put an end to that ridiculous prank of his?
No, I'm afraid he's still at it. But if you have a second, could I ask you some questions?
It should be a minute or two before my ride gets here. What's on your mind?
I'm gonna totally beat this game without calling Ned.
Do you have any idea where Matt may be hiding?
None. And if what you're really asking is, am I in on his little joke? The answer to that is absolutely, unequivocally, no. I detest practical jokes.
Did you help look for Matt after he disappeared?
I did not. As soon as Kyla said it would be just like Matt to disappear as a prank, I refused to join in any search for him. And when he didn't show up the next morning, I left. I did not travel all the way to Ireland to be made a fool of. Besides, I'd had quite enough of the three of them and rather liked having an excuse to leave.
You didn't get along with them?
I was fine. They're the ones who couldn't seem to get along. For instance, the evening before Matt disappeared, he and Kit had a terrible row. I couldn't make out exactly what was being said, but they both sounded very angry. Furious, I dare say. In fact, the next time I saw Kit, he was sporting a black eye. And the next morning, Matt and Kyla had a go at each other. Nothing physical, mind you, and once again, I couldn't make out what was said, but I promise you, they were quite put out with each other. I was more than happy to bid the lot of them farewell, though I imagine I'll be returning to the castle before too long. Matt is bound to find his prank as tedious as everyone else does eventually. I must be off.
Beep beep.
Nancy, it was a pleasure venting to you. Hopefully before too long we shall meet in person. Cheers.
So, you're not so keen on staying at the castle after all, then?
Hoi to toi to toi to toi.
I'm staying there. I just wanted to talk to you.
Come to me for a bit of aid and advice, did you? Well, I've got none to give. Not till I got the day's troubles behind me and a crow's nest in front of me.
I don't blame you a bit. I also have no idea what you're talking about.
The mixmaid suddenly took ill, leaving poor Seamus on his own, running back and forth, trying to mix and serve at the same time. I heard her soon as I walked in, yet here I sit, dying of thirst. I'll do no talking till I get me crow's nest, and there's the sorry truth of the matter. But now, were some spry and spunky lass to lend poor Seamus a hand by taking over the mixing for a while, that would surely speed
I'll
the job.
bartend.
Sounds good to me. I'll see to it you get your crows whatever, ASAP.
Crow's nest, you idiot.
Gonna play mixmaid for a while, are ya? Well, here's what you're to do. I'll take the orders and put the tickets up here. Each ticket will have no more than 2 drinks on it. And to save time, I draw little pictures instead of writing out their names. The mixin' book will tell ya which little picture stands for what drink. It'll also tell ya what's in each drink and how to make each drink. Now, to pour something, put the silver mixing glass under either the juice tap or the beer tap. Then, press whatever button the mixing book tells you to press. The book will also tell you how many times to press it. If the drink needs blending, you'll see a picture of a blender at the top of the column in the book. You're to put the solid ingredients into the blender first, then pour whatever's in the mixing glass into the blender. Then, press the red button. And when the blending's done, just reach under the counter and find the serving glass that's pictured in the book. Put the serving glass on the grey mat and pour everything from the blender into the serving glass. If the drink doesn't need blending, just find the right serving glass, put it on the grey mat, and pour everything you've poured into the mixing glass into the serving glass. Then, add anything else the book tells you to add, put the serving glass on the tray to the right of the ticket it goes to, and start fixing the next drink. Soon as you've made all the drinks on a ticket, ring the bell and I'll serve 'em up. Just remember, if the orders start coming thick and fast and the tickets start piling up, you're to make the drinks on the ticket closest to the bell first. Now, you'll be making no mistakes, I'm sure. But if you do, just toss the glass into the rubbish bin down there to the right and start over. Mind you, lass, you must do the mixin' fast and proper. The quicker you mix, the more tips you'll be keeping. To work with you now.
Shut up, dude. I've made video game drinks before. Okay, how do I do this? Where's ice?
You do fine work, miss.
Shut up, baby, I know it.
You do fine work, miss. All done and dusted, are ya? Thank you, miss. Take what's in the tip jar, and the next time you help out, you can keep the tips then as well.
You make a mean crow's nest, girl. Well done. Now, I'm to tell you what happened to the Sassenach, am I?
I'm sorry, happened to the what?
The Sassenach. The Englishman. The one Kyler was supposed to be marrying. Well, what happened to him is this. The She took him. The good people whisked him straight off to their world, they did.
By the good people, you mean fairies?
You'll not be hearing me call him that. All of us have a name we prefer, and with them, the good people it is. So that's what I call him, and you'd be wise to do the same.
Can you prove that's what happened to him?
Can I prove it? Did you see him up there, lass? Does anyone see him now? Gone he is, vanished from the earth. The naught you see instead of him. There's your proof, girl. 'Tis not the first time the good people have seen fit to meddle in the affairs of Castle Malloy. Caused the explosion they did.
The one that destroyed half the castle?
Brendan, his wife, Caitlin, used to own this place, she did. Aye, and their little girl, Fiona. All three were lost to the world forever when the place blew. But the blame lay not with Malloy. It was the good people. They'd taken a shine to Fiona, is why. And they knew that little girls, no matter how much they're adored by wee folk or mortals, sooner or later, all little girls grow up and grow old. The good people couldn't bear to see this happen to their beloved Fiona, so they made full sure it never did.
Sounds to me like the good people are actually just the opposite.
They're the
They
bad
have
people.
their ways, and we have ours, is all. That's just the way of things. Got plans for you, they do.
The fairies? The good people? What makes you say that?
I meant to pocket your car keys for safekeeping on my way over here, but I couldn't find 'em.
You mean my keys weren't in the car?
Aye, that's exactly my meaning. Taken they were. The good people want you to be staying.
The name of this place. Just what exactly is a banshee?
A woman, one of the good people, as alive as you and me, with wild hair almost as long as the tattered grey robe billowing up around her whenever she appears. Sometimes she takes on the form of a hooded crow, but it's the sound she makes, her terrible wailing, that strikes fear in the human heart. Because when a mortal hears the wail of a banshee, it means someone is about to die.
I saw someone with long hair and a gray robe outside the castle tonight.
Did you know?
It ran across the road in front of me. That's why my car's in the ditch.
Not till I was 54 did I see a banshee. To see one at your age, on your very first night in Ireland. A special lass you are indeed.
Do banshees ever leave things behind, like, say, little dolls?
Do not be mistaken banshees for Santa Claus now. A warning is all they leave behind about something that's coming and can't be stopped.
Sometimes I hear this strange kind of wailing sound when I'm in the castle. Have you ever heard it?
These ears don't work so well now. Even the pattering of rain is beginning to slip by 'em. But the situation being what it is, by my reckon, a banshee you heard.
I don't think so. This sounded more mechanical.
So, all of a sudden, you're an expert on banshees, are you then?
Well, no, but
A banshee it was. How they know what they know, and why they do what they do, are mysteries far beyond mortal solution. But be assured, lass, someone at Castle Malloy is doomed.
do you dislike all Englishmen as much as you dislike Matt Simmons? Or is he special somehow?
I've little use for any Sassenach, but I took a disliking to this one soon as I laid eyes on him. Arrogant he was, cocky, disrespectful, foolish, always touching things he shouldn't, going places he didn't belong. Worse than a stray dog, that one was.
What about Kyler?
Aye, Kyler. She's different. She belongs here. It's in her blood. It's the reason she does naught but read up in the library. She'll not be leaving Ireland, mark my words. And if she winds up marrying Mr. Foley, all the better.
So, Kit, you like?
Aye. He may talk like a Yank and live like a Brit, but there's Irish in the lad. I saw it right off. Little wonder he's in love with the girl. They'll make a fine pair.
Whoa, wait a minute. Kit's not in love with Kyler.
Blind, are you now? Loves her, he does indeed. He's all but wearing a sign saying so. He came to the wedding early to make sure there'd never be a wedding. Only the good people saw to that for him. Ah, the luck of the Irish.
Guess I'll go now.
Good night to you.
Guess I'll go now. Photo hunt? Yeesh. You shouldn't have parts of the frickin' picture hidden. What about the shadow? I don't see a shadow. Other than the one under the car. Come on, where's the last one? No, we're beating this. Okay, so it's this whole hat. Sorry. Good call. What is this, like a whistle? Oh, there's a doll, a top, a ball, and a whistle. That's way harder. Two more. One more. Good call. Now I got money back. So how do I get the other ones? Probably darts for one, but how do I get... Ugh. $35, I can actually do this. Yes! Okay, I got the whistle, I got the doll. We'll come back later. I need to save $3. That's like a real person. Who got themselves into the game? I can't mix drinks anymore. It must be like a... Oh. If you walk through that door, you mix drinks. Well, I guess we're doing it.
Ah, not a moment too soon. You didn't make what I asked for.
Yes, I did. I'll end you.
You made a mistake, girl.
Oh my god, you gotta put it in the right spot? Hang on, okay.
You didn't make what I asked for.
I'm gonna lose it.
You did something wrong, lass. You made a mistake, girl. You made a mistake, girl.
What? Why is my brain failing on this one? I don't see what I'm doing wrong. Oh, ice might go into the glass? No. I'll try that. If that's the case, I will end this.
You made a mistake, girl.
I'm done. Let me leave. My car is not an area of interest, eh? I didn't put it in that last time. It still whined at me.
How's it going?
Alan Payne told me he overheard you and Matt arguing the day before Matt disappeared. And pretty much right before you walked into that door.
What were you doing talking to Alan Payne?
I thought he might know something that could help us find Matt.
I told you, Matt bailed. He doesn't want to be found. Look, Alan Payne doesn't really know Matt or me, okay? Matt asked him to be his best man because he works with the guy and thought it was the politically smart thing to do.
And your point is?
He misunderstood what he heard. Matt and I have been friends for more than 12 years. We were just fooling around.
Fooling around? You ended up with a black eye.
I told you that was an accident. I'm clumsy.
What were you two talking about?
I forget. That's how inconsequential it was. Hey, I just remembered. Carla wants me to do the seating chart for the wedding dinner. Like I said, I can't bring myself to tell her there's not going to be a wedding. Anyway, I need to get to work on it, so you're gonna have to excuse me. Of course, you could always give it a shot. You just have to figure out where each guest should sit by taking into account their needs and preferences. What do you say?
Sure, I'll do your work for you.
Excellent. Just fill it out and bring it back to me when you think you've got everyone sitting in the right place.
No invited guests can sit to another guest of the same color. No problem. Members of the wedding party must sit together.
Cause unless and until it gets done, afraid I'm gonna be pretty much incommunicado.
Adjoining corner seats are the same gender. far as I can tell, this is right. Nobody's sitting next to a guest of the same color. Lori wants to be directly opposite of Kit. Kit is 2 seats away from Matt. Was Taylor a guy or a girl? How are they wrong? Okay, so this is where it gets screwed up then. Oh, that's where I'm getting screwed up. Nobody's sitting next to the same color. Joining corner seats. Are the same sex. Sorry, gender. Lori is directly opposite Kit. Guest seats will alternate by gender on the long side. That's what I missed. But it does. Kyler wants Nancy on the right. Taylor wants an end chair on any side. Jane, Alan, Henry, and Linda are all on different sides of the table. Matt is 2 seats to the right of Kit. And Linda is to the right of John and to the left of Heather. I am logically in. Lori needs to be directly opposite of Kit. So unless the wedding party is seated like this. No, because Matt needs to be 2 seats to the right of Kit. And this screws up all of this anyways. Taylor needs an end seat, and it can only be this end seat.
stupidest things. Even those leprechaun gnome things out in the garden. Donal had a fit one day when he saw Matt messing with them. And when Matt announced he was going to stay in the haunted nursery, I thought the guy was going to burst a blood vessel, he turned so red. But Matt disappeared on his own, not because of anything Donal did. I mean, the old coot's not that crazy. Is he?
That discussion you had with Matt? Come on, really. What was it about?
It was about Kyler. I was asking Matt whether he had truly thought through what being married to her was going to be like. The more questions I asked, the more nerves I struck, and the more uncomfortable and angry he became, until finally...
He gave you that shiner.
He stomped upstairs to the nursery. Next day, he disappeared. Obviously, the things I said got to him. So if I seem a little guilty to you, it's because I am guilty. It's my fault that Matt walked out on Kyler. Simple as that.
Have you ever been up in the tower?
You saw the stairs, or what's left of them. There's no way to get up there.
I could have sworn I saw lights coming from it.
Perhaps it was the good people come a-calling on their good friend Donal. Or maybe it was just reflected moonlight or something. So if you're thinking Matt's up there, forget it. Ain't no way.
Time for me to scoot.
Drop by anytime.
This is for the things out in the garden. So this is indicating which role they each play. Okay. Alright, we can solve that. Let's go talk to her, but I'll be right back.
You have a lead?
When I called Alan Payne, he said that on the day Matt disappeared, you and Matt had a pretty big argument.
I dare say Matt and I have argued about one thing or another every day since we met. That's just how we are together.
Alan said it sounded pretty serious.
Well, Alan was wrong.
All right, then.
I'll let you get back to your reading.
Keep me posted.
Keep doing that.
I would like a fortune.
Thanks, honey. Alright, so High King proudly facing forward, so top guy. This guy's faces forward. Leads he the tribes in every little thing. I don't know what that means. Bards, the bottom one, nearly equal to the king's station. This doesn't really tell us which way they're facing, does it? Oh, wait. Yes, it does. It's simpler than it seems. So this one tells us it's proudly facing forward. It starts with an F. Right, back, left, front, right, back. Easter egg. I found a bunch of them in Shadows at the Water's Edge. I did not find any in the Captive Curse. But I also don't care that much, if I'm being honest with myself. If we find another thing that indicates an order on which to place those guys, I'll come back, obviously. Oh, I have put him in there, but I'm still carrying him? Because he's got his ring, I guess? So we put one more in here. That isn't even on this thing. We must need to find another piece of page. Yes, yes, you whine a lot. Oh, right. Let's go solve some... Let's figure out what number the binary is. $64 plus 3, 67. C. I mean these leaves? These are on the front of those dudes. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have all 9 things. But there's 13 on the page. There's only 9 slots up here. We haven't found any more gears. Still not sure if I'm following what you're saying, okay? Like, these symbols were on the gnomes, which is what let me point them in the right direction. I don't know where else you're talking about. Yeah, to match the gnomes in the garden. Like, do I... Ugh, I hope we're not stuck at, doing this stupid puzzle over here. So we only have 3 blue heads. So I'm like, start from blue. Like, there's only 3 that can go here, and then you just go from there. So we're doing blue, blue head, red head. It's not it. Oh, we're getting there. Then it dies here. That won't work. So that ends the possibility of blue head, red head. So now we do blue head, purple head. No, wait. Now we do blue head, purple head with purple bottom. That immediately fails. Okay, so then we do blue head that has all 4 colors. Which is also impossible. What the F? No, it's not also impossible yet. So this one won't work. 2 green bottoms? No, that's not a thing. That'll work. I got it! And we got a gear! I swear, I know it says 10 and 10, but I swear we could do this with like almost just this amount. So we have 7 of these and 6 of these. That makes 10. That makes 9. Okay, so we are missing 1 still. I didn't think about that the first time we did that. I feel like I should be able to do something with the telescope, but I'm not allowed. Is there any place we felt we needed a lamp yet? Yeah, how do I make people go to sleep though? Like, there's no way to advance time in this. I also haven't saved yet. I feel like we don't know enough about that puzzle to do anything yet. Probably you just gotta balance them, but...
You have a lead?
I'll let you get back to your reading.
As soon as you find out anything, let me know.
We also don't know what to do with the, like, gem puzzle in the nursery.
What's going on?
I'd better get going. See ya.
Drop
You
by
must sleep
anytime.
or leave, you loser. I can't use that as an item, eh? Yeah, I just look at it. I can only use the glasses and the lantern as an item. Oh, what? I can use this as a... Interesting. So I need to find more plates. If you code the binary, you get which color you're supposed to use. She gave me a thing. Do you think I need to use her more? Throw picture in fire. Now just the river again, which we can't cross. Maybe on the other side of the bridge? No. There is a puzzle wall here, but we have no idea how to use it yet. It's possible they were the same as the elements, yeah. Doesn't appear to be anything this way. Yeah, but there's no like actual symbol for the wood ones, right? And these don't actually really look like those symbols. So the doll we won at the bar actually became part of the collection of dolls in there. So I'm wondering if one of the other two prizes is also something we need. Oh yeah, I could have just hit on the sign, eh? Top and a ball. It's upside down, I see. "40 seconds. No, give me the other two toys. Free kids. Photo hunt indeed. I was doing so well by myself. Where's the last one? Oh, it was literally right there. There's like two little spines that weren't there. So I don't win the prizes anymore. I just win money.
What's on your mind, then?
I'd better get going.
Be careful out there, lass.
Hello? This is a sales call.
No, Bess, it's me, Nancy. I'm calling from a phone in Ireland.
Nancy, hi! George, get over here. It's Nancy. Hi, Nan. You'd better be having a great time there because you are missing an incredible time here. The Dunhills throw the best parties. You should see all the awesome pool toys they've got. And everywhere you look, some cute guy in swim trunks is standing over a barbecue grilling something. I'm in heaven.
Sounds fabulous. Be sure to wish Kathy and Carrie a happy birthday for me.
You know, one person I haven't seen is Ned. Yeah, me neither.
He said he was coming. I'm sure he'll be there.
So, what's going on with you?
Just as I got to the castle, something that may or may not have been a banshee ran across the road in front of me and made me drive into a ditch.
You saw a banshee? That's bad luck, isn't it? Not if you see a banshee. If you hear one, it means someone's going to die. Wait a minute. Why was it running? Can't banshees fly?
Bess, what I saw just looked like a banshee. I'm sure it really wasn't a banshee, although it did just kind of vanish. And when I talked to Kyler, I found out that her husband-to-be has vanished.
What do you mean, vanished?
Matt came to Ireland with Kyler and his best friend Kit, but now he's nowhere to be found. Kyler is convinced he's pulling a prank.
A prank?
Apparently, he's a pretty big practical joker.
More like a pretty big moron. Incoming. Check it out. Oh my gosh.
Guys? Hello? Bess? George? Anyone?
Sorry, we were hopelessly distracted by a truly amazing set of washboard abs.
My cell phone bit the dust when I drove into the ditch, so I'm calling from the payphone of this quaint little country inn.
Quaint as in charming, or quaint as in a borderline health hazard?
Quaint is in a place where people go to play games like darts and relax over their favorite combination of fruit juices. And the inn is more or less part of Castle Malloy.
How do you figure?
The last woman to live there, Caitlin Malloy, used to own the place. And Mr. Delaney, the castle's caretaker, hangs out here, which is good because I needed to talk to him.
About what?
I promised Kyler I'd find Matt. I figured Mr. Delaney might know something that could help me.
And did he?
He says Matt was kidnapped by fairies.
I'll bet you were thrilled to hear that.
Newsflash, Kyler used to date Kit Foley, Matt's best friend. In fact, Kit says he's the one who introduced Kit to Matt.
So is Kit cool with her marrying Matt?
He says he is.
I don't know. Sounds like a possible love triangle to me.
According to Alan Payne, Matt's best man, there was a lot of arguing going on just before Matt disappeared. Matt was fighting with Kit, Kyler was fighting with Matt. Alan said he went back to London to wait for Matt to reappear because he couldn't stand all the constant squabbling.
So all was not blissful in premaritalville, eh? Wait a minute. If Kit is Matt's best friend, why isn't he his best man?
Good question. Unfortunately, the person most qualified to answer it has disappeared. Did I tell you that Kit Foley has a black eye?
Why am I not surprised?
I found a draft of the vows Kyler is planning to say at her wedding.
Oh, custom-written vows are so sweet.
Problem is, these vows have the words, "What am I doing? This is wrong," scrawled beneath them.
That can't be good. How do you know she was talking about the wedding? Maybe she was just frustrated because she couldn't put her feelings into words.
That's true.
Did you ask her about them? What's the point? If she is having second thoughts about getting married, she probably won't admit it, seeing as she's failed to mention it before.
That's true, too.
Wait a minute. You guys aren't suggesting that Kyler is behind Matt's disappearance, are you?
I admit that doesn't make much sense.
But it is a possibility. You two are terrible.
Whoever ran out in front of my car dropped a handmade doll that looks like the missing groom.
A handmade doll? That's kind of freaky. Dolls are freaky, period. Who around there would be making dolls?
Kyler thinks I saw Matt, and the doll was just part of the practical joke he's playing.
Let me see if I got this straight. The guy thinks disappearing less than a week before his wedding, causing cars to run off the road, and making creepy dolls is funny? Not exactly best Marvin marriage material, is he?
I'll let you get back to the party. You guys are wearing sunscreen, right?
Yes, Nancy.
Just checking. Bye.
Shut up, Nancy. Hello, new puzzle. So the super tight one's down here, right below the dragons, and then like the swirly ones on the outside. Oh, is this a sliding one? I hate sliding puzzles, dude. Well, if you see me screwing up, let me know. Her range may be impressive, but her actual acting kind of blows ass. Though I guess she's got to work with the dialogue she's given. So where's this piece? What piece is this? It's this one, isn't it? Ugh. This whole side is done. So how do we get this here? Yeah, you do it, honey. It looks like the missing piece is the right dragon's face.
It looks like a piece is missing.
It better not make us do this again once we find the piece. Oh good. It looks like it's fixed. We just need to find the piece now. How we doing, Alyssa? We can call it now if it's bedtime.
What's going on?
I'd better get going. See ya.
Drop by anytime.
I can't just go snooping around, not with Kit right there.
Let's try this again.
would like a fortune.
Alright, so that's useless. I played the first two Darksiders. Are you talking about the newest one? Or one of the older ones? Or like both of the older ones? I don't really remember either of them, to be honest. I remember thinking Darksiders 2 was really good though.
You have a lead?
I'll let you get back to your reading.
I see.
Keep me posted.
Yeah, I don't remember the first one at all. I actually picked up the second one again because I think PlayStation gave it away for free briefly. But I didn't make it very far, and again, the first playthrough was really good. The second one, I was just a little bored. Yeah, we'll get to Diablo, bro. I wish I could take a picture of this with my phone. Alright, I've got them written down. So out of the ones shown here, this is lead, which is the heaviest. If we assume that thing is in order. Silver's second heaviest. Copper's third heaviest. And it does seem to match. Had to write down identifiers for the woods. So this is oak, this is mahogany, and this is ironwood. Yeah! No, not up the stairs. Do we even still have Alyssa here? Okay, if we've lost her, I'm gonna go save like right in front of this puzzle, and then we'll call it here, and Jay will do some Diablo.